Hello fellow stitchers. In this video we are going to be doing the cast on round for twisty and seated. I will be working in size 3, so check your pattern because you might be casting on a few more or a few less than I am, but it's the same exact technique. So we are going to be doing a twisted German cast on. If you've done long tail cast on, it will be somewhat familiar to, or at least parts of it. But I really prefer this for my glove edges because it's nice and stretchy, but not too stretchy where it does weird things. Okay, so we are going to estimate how much yarn we are going to need for the cast on. For some reason, I just really don't like getting all the way to the end of the cast on and realizing I have a ton of yarn. It just feels wasteful to me. It may be silly because it's only a few inches, but hey, that's me. Okay, so we are going to start. For the German twisted, I like to put 2 needles together, attach that right there, and wrap it the number of stitches that I need. So for the way that I do my cast-ons in the round, I add a stitch to my cast-on numbers, and then I knit 2 together in my first one to join it. So I've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. Now, many of you may have seen this started with a slip knot. I never start with a slip knot. I just kind of like work into it. So we have the tail of the yarn here in front, the working yarn that goes to the balls in the back. And so what we're going to do is take the 1 needle, push down and twist up. That's my first stitch. So now for the first part we are going to go under and around those 2 in the front by the thumb, and then through that hole in the center. And then to the back we go around by the back and up. Now I like to hold that stitch while I untwist in the front. And then I pull it closed, not too tight, but just so it's nice and snug against there. So now we'll do that again. So we're going around the 2 in the front and then down through and up towards you. Now away from you, up. If you look at it right now, it kind of looks like you have an extra stitch, but we're going to twist out of it. So I like to put my finger there just to kind of hold this working yarn so it doesn't slip away from me. And now I'm going to untwist. So I have to go around to the front, up through that hole, and then around the bottom, which is kind of opposite of the way that we initially work the stitch. All right, so we'll do that one more time slow. Around to the front, up, and down through that loop. Now we're going to go to the back one and go around from the back and up. I'm going to kind of gently hold that there while we go around to the front again and up through the hole and then around to the bottom, untwisting that stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put more of those until I have 35 stitches, and then I will meet you back here to join them in the round. Here we have 35 stitches that I have cast on, and if you'll remember, my pattern says for me to do 34, but I do 35 because that's how I personally join in the round. I've been doing it for decades. That's just how I do it. So now I'm going to flip this so that the quote-unquote wrong side, the inside, is facing me. You can kind of see what it looks like, all those little pearl bumps. And I'm going to split it onto my 2 needles. So I just put the circular needle into a U and kind of push the cable through, making sure that all the little pearl bumps keep facing me, because that's going to help make sure that you don't twist your stitches. Kind of pull the cable through gently. Oops. Now, making sure those pearl bumps are still facing me, because if you switch it around like this and then join it, you're going to have to take it out because it's just not going to work. Alright, so I still have pearl bumps facing me. Putting that needle through. It's not the easiest thing to do on camera. There we go. Okay. So the tail, put it on the bottom so it's kind of out of your way. Working yarn, you want to be up top. Okay, so I will have to readjust this later. That looks very uneven, but that's fine. We'll readjust that in the very first round. So what I'm going to do, how I join my stitches in the round, is I'm just going to take that stitch and I'm going to pop it over there, and then I'm going to knit the two together. And so kind of holding those back to make sure they don't come off, I just kind of peel this stitch off and set it onto the other needle. Do it carefully so that none of the other stitches are affected. Okay, and now we have our cast on round. Okay, so if you need to, you can go to the next video, and that will show you how to do your startup round, round A1. Okay, we'll meet you there.